What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Wednesday nights with your boys, the West Coast POPCast, bringing you the West Coast POPCast. Shout out to all the poppers, the floppers, the rampagers, however you found us, however you joined us. We're happy that you're here. And let's get to it. A lot of pop culture going on, a lot of wrestling, video games. It's a great time.
Yes, it is.
And of course, your hosts, the final boss Knock, and the main man, Zach. Zach, what's going on this week?
Too much is going on. Too much. The Switch, Cinemacon, and more AEW talents going to WWE. So we definitely need your comments on that because this week is AEW heavy in WWE.
Really is, man. From the wrestlers to wrestlers winning championships from AEW to some of the promos. It's bleeding everywhere, man. It's crazy stuff. But WWE might truly be all elite.
I think it is. Let's go with you, Knock.
All right. So one thing I want to point out in this thing that Zach lovely put together. We have a former NXT champion, Ethan Page. Now an NXT North American champion, Ricky Starks. The WWE champion using the same gimmick he used on the Indies and AEW, Cody Rhodes. Penta just got an IC championship match.
Yeah.
Lexis King is going to do Lexis Thing Kings. Shawn Spears was just a champion. And now we have the debut of Rey Fenix and the return of Miro as Rusev. If you're from AEW, Jade, she won a tag team title. If you're from AEW, jump ship. It's looking like there's gold waiting for you, WWE.
Aleister Black is on the way. Rey Fenix debuts on SmackDown. Andrade is floating around waiting for Charlotte to tell him where to go. There's so many AEW talents in WWE now. Some of them are callbacks too. So what are your thoughts then? Is it too many in WWE? And should WWE be asking people back like Miro, who apparently just re-signed with WWE today? I'm going to tell you straight up, in my opinion, I think we've seen the best of Miro in AEW as the Redeemer. And they have too many guys like Miro already to be called up in NXT and in WWE already.
That's the thing, man. I think, I don't know where he goes. You look at NXT, you got Obafemi.
Yeah.
You look at SmackDown, you got Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
You look at Raw, you got Braun Breaker. I just don't know.
Not to mention Bronson Reed's coming back this summer too. I don't see a spot for Rusev. I just don't, especially if you bring Lana back or do the Rusev Day stuff. So it's just the landscape's different in WWE.
It really is, man. And it shows you just a few years out of it, like completely different. And again, this is why the people that jump on here and want to see AEW fail, this is why having options is such a great thing in wrestling universe. Yep. Everything is hot right now. You can go back and forth. You might see wrestlers go from AEW, WWE, and then back again. And it's fine because people are working and there's room. I mean, again, there's not going to be room for everybody in one spot. So you're going to have to try to, jump ship while you're hot, do what you got to do. And that's completely fine.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Look, especially on NXT this week. NXT just... Now you're going into another program with Shawn Spears. Excuse me, you just finished a program with Shawn Spears with Ricky Saints, and now you're going back into a program with Ethan Page. Yeah. They were referencing even last week the AEW stuff, and like you mentioned, there even the AEW references with the John Cena promo, which it had to be mentioned if you're doing a heel.
It did.
Promo, so.
And I think the way they mentioned it, like, should we jump into the John Cena promo right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
The way he said, he built empires for billionaires, and you just steal money from their kids. Come on, that was hilarious. And I like TK. I love AEW, but that was hilarious.
That was good.
So Zach put up a poll earlier this week about who won that promo. I believe Cody in our comments, our poppers believe Cody had won. I don't know. I think Cody did the best out of going head to head with Cena. I would even say he did better than. Well, I don't know about that. He's close to Punk going head-to-head with Cena.
It was really good. 49% of you said Cody won. 28% say Cena won, and 23% said the fans won. I thought it was really good. It didn't get too personal with John Cena. I think if it was Punk or someone else, then they'd start getting more like, oh, yeah, well, you proposed to someone in the ring.
Yeah.
Again, if you want me to rip on John Cena, I'll do a whole stream of it. But... It went very smart, and the best line Cody delivered was they never chanted, "You can't wrestle to me."
That was so good. And that's why I felt like it was a heavyweight fight on the mic. They didn't have to get personal. There's just so much good material that they could use about their careers, their wrestling, where it wasn't have to be, like I said, don't bring Nikki Bella stuff up, don't have to bring certain things. And it was blow for blow. Like I literally texted the group chat. I said, dang, Cody getting cooked right now. Cena's in rare form. Bring it.
Yep. Right after that, Hassan Terrell, how you doing? You are watching Evolve on Tubi. You got the Nintendo Switch Showcase. It is a very cool day for what's going on. Thanks for joining the stream. And yeah, I mean, look at this. Evolve is another thing. If we bring this up and talk about AEW, because we're going to go into another segment that Knox is going to talk about that I need to think about. Very interesting when talking about WWE trying to bury AEW. You got the use of TNA and people speculating on a possible sale, but then you have Evolve taking the Tubi deal, which Hassan is watching on right now. That was supposedly part of a deal that was in the running for AEW until the bigger company came along and said, oh, we have this other program here called Evolve. We like that. And then AEW was, Tubi didn't think about AEW anymore.
Was it possibly for Ring of Honor or was that an AEW?
No. What I understand, Ring of Honor, they were going for, God, it used to be Court TV. What is it called now? True TV? True TV.
Oh.
So Tubi, I don't know what, maybe it was a third show or maybe it was Ring of Honor after that deal, but yeah.
Because, as a wrestling fan, I like what people on Tubi or on Evolve are doing, but if I was Tubi, I would have picked Ring of Honor. I would have went, I'm looking for Athena. Like, come on.
We'll talk about where you can find her later too.
Yeah.
But what do you like overall? Let's just get to the news today. Rusev did resign with WWE, and I said, I'm good. I don't think we need him back. So with Rusev, and if you want to give your thoughts too on Alistair, given what we've already seen with Andrade.
Yeah, so again, Alistair might have a bigger potential jumping back to WWE. But my thing with like Rusev or Andrade, they're still great workers. They're still going to have some shine, but it's just where do you fit right now? I mean, I think if you're an AEW original in the sense that this is where you made your name, this is where you became like hot. You didn't go to WWE then jump to AEW, like we said, like guys like Ricky Starks, even Ethan Page who had a TNA run.
Yeah,
I think it's better for your stock to jump to WWE as opposed to someone who left WWE and now is coming back because. Even though Andrade is still a great wrestler, he's kind of just floating around here. And it's kind of the same realm I see Rusev doing. Like we just said, Braun Breaker, Obafemi, Jacob Fatu, all these electric people.
Yeah.
I don't think Rusev has that stock right now. It kind of fizzled out a little bit. And no offense. I think he can still do something, but it kind of fizzled out. So I don't really know where he goes.
I don't either. The Rusev Day stuff too, I enjoy, but it was again him creating his own buzz during the VKM side. So I don't know where you put him in all this. Like you said, once Obafemi gets called up, like you better watch how you book your big guys. So
I think he's going to dominate once he gets called up. I forget. Someone said in our chat like months ago, or someone mentioned it before. I can't remember who. But if there was anybody to call up during a Rumble and have them win the Rumble in their call up, it'd be Obafemi.
100%. 100%. The only other person I would have seen was this year when you had Roxanne Perez.
Oh, yeah.
And I now in hindsight, that's kind of the better move because now she's not doing anything. Her program with Bailey got kind of like pushed aside. And the Charlotte Tiffy Time stuff is running on. I don't know what we're running on here with that feud.
I don't know what's going on. And just because you brought it up, is this the first year both Rumble winners didn't main event?
Someone's going to have to check the stats on that. I'll have to check with my buddy Matt, but man, I know you miss your level up, Hassan. I know you do. I miss my Rampage.
Yeah.
Mr. All Power, get in the chat here.
Maybe the only one who misses Rampage.
I don't know what happened to Shockwave. I think that might have been part of the Tubi deal. Oh, I heard Fox said, I read something about this in one of the trades. It just wasn't appealing to them. There's nothing in there appealing to them because of how they weren't satisfied with the bigger product WWE. So, Knock, if you want to talk about, don't get into what you want to talk about just yet because I really want to listen to what you have to say on that. But if you want to just shoot on this for a little bit, I'm going to ask my guy Matt, the Encyclopedia of Wrestling, if this is the very first WrestleMania that a Royal Rumble has not been invented.
Ooh. Yeah, great stuff to talk about there. I don't think we actually have a topic for this, but Hassan Terrell, man, welcome to the chat. We appreciate you jumping there. Mr. All Power, welcome to the chat. Another thing that popped off this week was the rumors or the news that AEW is getting 1 to 1.2 million views a week, with the max numbers potentially being around 500,000 to match their 600,000 on TNT TBS. So they're getting a million of views, which would be great. I hope it's true. I hope it's accurate. And I always believe that too, because we're in the era of streaming. You got to have your product on streaming. No one's really paying too much attention to the ratings or tuning in to, watch it at a certain time anymore. That's kind of outdated. Even for me, someone who's like kind of driving home most of the time when Dynamite starts, it's perfect to have be able to watch Dynamite when I can a little later on in the night. So
yeah,
I believe these numbers. I think these numbers are accurate. I think these numbers are really good. All they have to do, which they've been being smart about it, was getting the crowd correct with like some of the arenas looking empty, and they've been course correcting that, and they've been putting on some really good shows. So just keep up at this. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust the numbers, especially since was it 2 years ago when Warner Brothers was like, yeah, 4 million people are watching Dynamite every week.
All right, yeah, that's a good point. Let me throw out some crazy numbers out there.
This is not the first Mania. I think he was going to type which one was, but I think he's double checking his own thoughts. But this is not the first Mania in the modern.
If there was Manias before the Rumble started, like since the Rumble started, I'm curious if there, because that's kind of weird, right?
I know. Yeah, I don't know. We call him mid-card Jey Uso versus Gunther.
Yeah, you can't call him main event. I like it. I like Jey Uso, but it's hard to call him main event. The feud just got hot right now with the whole Jimmy stuff. That was really
good. That was really good.
That's what it needed.
And I'm still against anyone eating blood on TV. That's disgusting.
Yeah, couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. But we'll see who pans out as far as these people jumping ship from AEW, WWE. Yeah. I think Rey Fenix. I've been saying this for a while. I've been a huge fan of Rey Fenix for a long time. I think he's the one that can take the Mysterio mantle, take that flag, and become one of the biggest luchadors in the world.
You think he'll do it even with how popular Penta is? You think he'll overtake that popularity and be even bigger?
I think he can, man. This guy is so good. This guy's incredible, and I think you need a Penta. We haven't seen like a villain like Penta could be, and he was back in like the Lucha Underground days. I think they could be two sides of the same coin. You have Rey Fenix being this super massive babyface, and Penta can turn into that villain, that bad guy, and it makes it even better of a story that they're brothers. Could be an opposite. Like you can do so much with this.
Man, that is true. Would you do the Lucha Brothers stuff and then turn them into that?
I think you can. I think you can do it for a little bit, but I like what WWE is doing. Like they're not really, but they're not really washing away people's history. Like they know the audience has seen them together, so I don't think you have to do it for as long. I'd say maybe give them a run, but you can play with that for a long time. That dynamic of one being super good, one being super bad, and just doing different things with that. If you guys seen it, one of my favorite matches ever, and one of my favorite matches from Penta and in Io Sky was their match they had in Lucha Underground. It was a gauntlet match. Penta was going around breaking people's arms, and Io, alternate babyface, had to take him out. It was dark Penta. It was so good.
That is really good.
So,
all right.
You know, women on TV, but I think Penta could tap into that energy.
Yeah. Shinsuke and Asuka did not main event in 2018.
Oh, you're right. Wow. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why we have the encyclopedia.
That's right. So the other part of this whole WWE AEW topic was because Knock, you brought up a great point about this year's WWE Hall of Fame and why they are choosing to add matches to the Hall of Fame. We joke around, they ran out of people. Obviously, you got Bam Bam and all these other people. Yeah. But the speculation, Knock, if you want to talk about maybe an ulterior motive behind adding matches to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's talked about this. I haven't heard anyone talk about this. I'm not saying I'm the first one, but it got me thinking on the idea. There's been so much discourse over the years, and it's heated up since AEW started with like the cage match ratings or the 5 stars. And people rate like, the best bout machine or who's the best off of 5 stars on the internet, right?
Yeah.
I think whether intentionally or unintentionally, this will be WWE's way to kind of erase all that 5-star who's the best. It's, oh, well, how many Hall of Fame matches do you got? That's how they're going to start ranking some of these wrestlers, I think, and having that internet take over. WWE is very influential. People literally in other companies, on indies, ever since they said, we're not going to call it pay-per-view anymore, we're going to call it PLE. That took over, and people are calling. People said it was stupid. People said it was awful, but now people call it that.
Yeah,
I think this will be now the new. Oh, how many 5-star matches do you have? Oh, you don't have that many 5-star matches. Oh, how many Hall of Fame matches do you have? That's I think, gonna take over the whole discourse on the internet. Again, this is something UFC does. They have Hall of Fame matches, so I'm pretty sure that's where they got the idea from. But I do believe, whether intentional or unintentional, this will erase the 5-star matches and how much impact that has on how people view people's careers.
That's a really good point. I haven't seen it. Let us know what you think of that, because I think that is so WWE, I guess I'll say. But I get it. I get it both ways. So, yeah.
I mean, right now, who has the most 5-star matches and who gets like the praise for that? It's no one in WWE. You got Ospreay, you got Omega, Okada, and so a few other people. There's no one really WWE people.
But that system is so flawed. That's what's so crazy about this. Who listens to this piece of crap? We talk about no one pays attention to ratings or cable anymore. Someone who means less than that is ranking these matches, and people are paying attention to it.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy to go off of that scale and that being like the ultimate scale. But it is what it is. I mean, Omega got some crazy matches, man. His matches are crazy.
I love Omega, yeah.
I don't know how you could say a Taker versus Shawn wasn't 5 stars, you know.
Exactly. And there's all these other... He's so wrong on his analysis, too, if you look at him. And when he goes back and does all these WrestleMania matches, too, he does it with... what's the opposite of rose-colored glasses? He does it with not shit-colored glasses, but you know what I'm saying? Like, he does it. He does it with such a bias that even his going back means nothing. So I wish there was some other way of judging.
Yeah, and that's why I think this is gonna eventually be that ultimate. Like, you know, you got a Hall of Fame match. It's hard to really argue against that, whether you agree with this or not. So
yeah,
that's gonna take.
Sorry, I agree with this match, but I mean, let's be honest. If Hulk Hogan wasn't who he was, the first match nominated for this would have been Andre versus Hogan.
Yeah. It kind of felt like they were gearing up for that, bringing him in for the Saturday Night Main Event, starting to bring him back onto the shows. So,
I mean, maybe if he didn't get booed in LA, maybe they would have done that match first.
I think
but
so.
Since it was so visceral and it was so the reaction from like Seth Rollins and CM Punk and people in other federations and companies were like that as well. I think maybe, I mean, this is totally fine for a first inaugural match for the Hall of Fame, but I think that was it.
It is, and I'm not mad at Brett getting a shine. This is Stone Cold's probably best wrestling match, I think, in his career. Really turned the tides for him.
Yeah, turn the tides for WWF at the time too, because this is when I started getting back into it because of a match like this.
And like Brett kind of shit on AEW just recently, but he kind of also mentioned when you look at today's wrestlers, they're not copying Hogan, they're copying him.
That's damn right.
That's the most flattering thing. So I mean, you're not wrong.
And I'm excited to see what they have to say at the Hall of Fame. It's probably the only thing I really care about at the Hall of Fame is to watch these two converse about it. Yeah. Stone Cold has been on record multiple times saying there would be no Stone Cold Steve Austin without Bret Hart. So the respect between the two is just it speaks a lot.
That's gonna be interesting how they present this award and like how they go about that. But I'm gonna be very curious. You know, a few years down the line from now, who has racked up the most WrestleMania Hall of Fame matches or just Hall of Fame matches in general. And then I wonder too, like, is it just gonna be one a year, or are they gonna start doing a few more a year?
Well, they already ditched doing referees, so who knows?
Yeah, so we'll see. This is definitely
right. It is, and this is the Hall of Fame so far. I would imagine they were going to do Victoria this year, but I guess not.
Yeah, I just don't understand. I mean, you have to. You have to.
Right.
There's a lot of people I think, need that shine. And she's been one of them that's been constantly getting overlooked. And at this point, it's getting a little harder to see a path for her to get in there. I mean, you got Michelle McCool, who I thought was really good back in the day. I hated that she took AJ Styles' move, but she was great, especially with Late Cool. And she really could work. She was athletic.
Yeah.
She's a like really good heel. But this is kind of Victoria's like era, maybe even a little after, and we still not seen her get her shine from that era.
Yeah, I mean, you can use the TNA footage now since you got a good relationship with them. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'd kind of jump on that.
Yeah.
All right. You want to get into some AEW and then maybe show the new intro?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
We got Zach Cook setting up for you guys, man. If you guys in the chat, keep an eye out for what's about to happen.
All right, we'll talk about the Owen Hart tournament. We'll do the intro, and then we'll get into some pop culture stuff: Nintendo Switch, Cinemacon, and 2 Spider-Man movies with updates from yesterday.
Yeah. All right. We found out tonight, man, the men's tournament. So before we get into the men's tournament, we got to talk about the glaring omission. Beginning of Dynamite, Death Riders jump Jay White. They announce on commentary he's no longer in the Owen Hart tournament. People are like, what's going on? What's going on? You know, everyone's jumping to like try to figure it out. Then the internet announces Jay White is injured. I don't know how he got injured. I don't know how long he's going to be out, but he's going to miss the whole tournament. And this is just such a shame, and it's just so painful. Him and Adam Cole came into the company so hot. They really like had such a high stock, and from one way to the other, they just kept getting hurt. Like I remember Bullet Club Gold was so hot, they ran Collision Cowboys. A few people got hurt. Then Jay White got hurt a few times, and now he's hurt again. And it just sucks that like he's constantly getting his momentum just stopped. I think he had a good chance to win this tournament. Looking at who's in here, I think he was going to be up there, at least in the finals. So it's a shame that he's out. I could have sworn I would have said it would have been him versus Ospreay in the finals. I would have seen that. So it's really a shame, man. But we'll see. As far as like who's in it, though, you got Ospreay versus Kevin Knight. Kevin Knight's taking Jay White's spot. I think they rearranged how the bracket was going to be because Jay White's out.
Oh, sure.
Kevin Knight versus Ospreay. Then you got Brody King versus Kenosuke Takeshita. On the other side, you got Briscoe versus Fletcher and Hangman versus the wild card. This is a tough spot because a wild card is going to be a debut. No idea who it's going to be, but then you're going against Hangman Page. You're not beating Page in the first round. That's not happening. So I'm very curious how this is going to go.
When does this start? Whenever the Hangman Page match is, it's either, in my mind, there's still stuff they're doing with Swerve, and they could possibly go back and do something with MJF to cost them that or whatever, but it depends on that Hangman match is.
But as far as this tournament, I think it's stacked, bro. I'm going to call it here. I got Takeshita beating Brody King first round. Brody King is good. He's incredible, but he doesn't get these type of wins. I got Ospreay beating Kevin Knight. So Ospreay versus Takeshita, I'm going to go with Ospreay to the final. Briscoe versus Fletcher. Briscoe's another one I think is really good. Former Ring of Honor World Champion. Fletcher's on a tear right now.
Yes.
We're going to get Fletcher versus Hangman in the semifinals, and then it's going to be Hangman versus Ospreay in the finals, in my opinion.
Do the finals guarantee a title shot?
Yes. At All In. If they're going to continue with it last year, it's an all-in title shot.
Wow. All right, I'm gonna say Will Ospreay wins, and that's who takes the belt off Moxley, because I think AEW thinks the Death Riders storyline is good. They're 100% wrong. It's the worst storyline in wrestling right now. Even with Swerve in there, it's still trash.
I was gonna say it's gotten a lot better because of Swerve.
Why? Because they DDT'd a woman knock?
No, man, because him and Mox are so similar, and you can see that shared respect. Like, I know Moxley is a big fan of Swerve, and you can see the energy they bring to it. Like, there's a different energy with the storyline now because of those two. Yes. Adding Will Nightingale and Marina Shafir. It's a different energy, man. I'm enjoying it now.
Well, good for you, man.
I don't want to wait for Darby no more. I think he shot himself in the foot doing this whole climb.
We're done with that. That storyline's done. I'm sorry. I like where that storyline was going, but it's done.
I feel like in wrestling, and especially with AEW, the landscape right now, you have a very short window. If you're a new talent trying to build up like Darby to get that world championship opportunity, I don't know the next time it would make sense for him to become champion, because you got Ospreay waiting, a Swerve can get another run. You have so many people ready. Like Kenny Omega's right there. There's so many people that I think deserve and can hold that belt and run with it. That like when it's your time, bro, you can go hike it some other time, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You go for the belt. Go for the legacy.
I'll call it right now. Swerve loses Dynasty this weekend. He's the wild card, and you get a big match, Hangman versus Swerve, and they're going to do that at the Dynamite to break Nitro's record, and that'll be main event.
Zach, that's brilliant booking because I love Swerve. I hope he wins. He won at Dynasty last year, but I don't think he wins. I think this is how you get Moxley back on track with the World Championship. Build him up for Double or Nothing.
You now, can't build it back up. You can't get it back on track. There's no wheels on this damn.
Well, this is the best shot they got. We've never seen someone do this. This would remind me of when Edge lost the World Championship in the Elimination Chamber and just joined another Elimination Chamber with another World Championship. Yeah. That'd be cool because who's really a hot free agent right now? You typically use this for hot free agents coming in. I don't think they need to bring any more people in. So I think use this wild card for one of your own talent. Swerve will get a pop. That's good. And then you said Swerve versus Hangman. People would love that.
I'll tune into that.
So that's good booking.
Yeah. I think we're in agreement though. Will Ospreay that'll be a win. That'll be that's a nice title win at a huge event, which they now have an all-in week set up. So that'll be really nice.
It's smart. And keep building this, man. I'm trying to build up as like I said, all-in week. Maybe if you have to bring in a celebrity, try to help, boost it up a little bit. Do whatever you can to make this the biggest thing ever. And right now at 12,000 tickets, if they get to 20, I think it's a success.
Oh yeah.
So do your thing, man.
Let's get into the actual world title that matters in AEW because the men's doesn't matter right now. Let's get into this one. I'm excited about this one to see how they attempt to dethrone Toni Storm.
Okay, so this one is even more stacked. At Collision, they announced. So you have this makes sense now. They have the 2 first-round matches with Mercedes and Julia, and then Harley against Athena. On Collision, it'll be Mercedes teaming with Harley against Athena and Julia before they kick off the tournament. Like I said, this is the match to dethrone Toni because I don't think not the Glamazon, the Megasis will win. Her booking has been incredible. But like I said, with a lot of different women like Diana, like Taya, the first few months is incredible. We got to see what happens after with the booking. But with the
I love that Harley Quinn is facing Athena, not just because I'm a fan of both. Harley Quinn is social media gold.
Cameron.
And so, I'm sorry. Harley Cameron is social media gold, and you're going to get all those hits now on Athena. That can help bring the ROH brand up, or it can help Athena when she comes up to the main roster, have people have eyes on her and know who she is without doing a whole big ROH backstory. I honestly think one of the smart moves in here would be having Billy Starks win this tournament, because you could have Billy Starks face Athena in the end and actually beat her. And then you could have Athena go heel against Billy Starks and cost her the title. That way you can have someone else. Billy Starks put the time in, but someone maybe a little more deserving, or someone like Mercedes to face Toni Storm to take the title off of her if we're going to do it soon. Otherwise, Athena, if she does take the TBS title off Mercedes, she has something that Billy Starks can take away from her then.
I like it. I mean, they've been teasing a breakup for so long. I think in both matches they had against each other. This would be, I think, the third match Billy would have against Athena. I think that'd be really good, man. I think it'd be really good. My thing is, we just saw Billy Starks versus Jamie Hayter last week on Collision because Billy had to fill in for Queen Aminata. I wonder if she was supposed to be in this tournament as well, and whatever injury she has is delaying her. I wonder what's going on there, because she's another one that's great. She's been perfect in this tournament.
Yeah. That tournament's a great spot for someone like Queen Aminata, or there's someone else who they're trying to build up who I've seen on Collision. But either way, yeah, I agree. Maybe Billy Starks to take that spot.
I just realized too, so there's no wild card for the women's one?
No wild card.
Because I would have
big
loved
push. It says Mercedes is winning every championship. They could go that route. That's what they're talking about.
Looking like prime TNA Kurt Angle. I can see it, but at this point, I don't know how long Mercedes' contract is. Maybe it's 3 years. We're going into the second year. She hasn't lost in AEW, but I think it's time to build her for the belt. If you're gonna have a main event women's match at All In, it's either Mercedes versus Tony or Mercedes versus Athena.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't.
You got to do something with Mercedes big time though, because she's going on her undefeated streak in 2 years, 18 matches. So we got to do a little something else.
I mean, I think they try to pass Jade's record and erase that.
That was pretty high. That was really high.
That was her whole run.
If we're doing Mercedes booking, that's going to take another like 3 years. That's going to take her to the end of her 5-year contract.
Yeah. If there's anybody, I'm trying to make sense of my boy, Miss All Power here, but if there's anybody that can, they're going to try to race Jade with, I think it's going to be Megan Bayne.
That's true. Maybe Mr. All Power means tournament, and maybe he hit the schnapps a little bit. He says, "This is my favorite tournament." Cheers. I'm just guessing.
Are you partying with the flop bed? Must be with him.
All right. Well, that's it. That's for the tournaments right there. Let us know your comments on that. Yeah. I'm excited for this, especially now that it means something at an even bigger pay-per-view, PLE, whatever you want to call it, All In.
But if you want the final boss spoiler, I got Mercedes beating Julia Hart. That's pretty clear there. Athena beating Harley Cameron. It's just good to have Harley in the tournament. She's not winning.
Yeah.
But Mercedes versus Athena, I wonder how many times they're going to get this match. They're on a collision course, clearly, to go to the final. That's going to be incredible. Then Jamie Hayter versus Billy Starks. We just saw Jamie beat Billy. I think, like you said, Billy's going to get the win there. Thunder Rosa is going to lose. I like Thunder Rosa. Big fan of Thunder Rosa. She follows on Twitter. Hasn't had the belt. Hasn't got a chance to win her belt back in a long time, but she's losing to Chris. I thought Chris had a lot of momentum with her 2 matches against Mercedes, and they kind of got, cut short.
Yeah.
But it's tough, man. I think, you know what? Now that I'm looking at it, bro, you can either do Athena versus Billy in the final, or you can get Mercedes versus Chris Statlander part 3 in the final.
Ooh. If this is going to All In, I think we're getting Mercedes and Chris.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting, man. This is going to be very interesting. And ROH is have good TV because if you have Athena and Billy both in the semifinal, they're going to be going back and forth with some promos at ROH. It's going to be kind of cool to see.
Plus Von Wagner in ROH. What a time for ROH.
Oh, gosh.
Woo! All right, Nog, I think it's time. We're going to debut the new intro. I worked on it a long time. Thankfully, I put it on YouTube and was able to take it off there because it was on my computer and then got totally erased. But we're going to debut it. We're going to show it.
Here we go.
Hope you like it. And shout out if you get the beat that's in the background.
Yeah, I'm very curious. I got a sneak preview. I'm telling you guys, it's really good.
All right, here we go.
I'm Buffy.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother.
Hey, guys! On me!
Get away from her, you.
I gotta see some serious family.
Assemble.
Let's go, Zach. Clap it up for your boy, man. Every time I hear that intro, I hear something different. I didn't know you had the Denzel in there. You at King Kong. Incredible. That is so professional, man. Oh, my goodness. All everything, man. So good.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That intro is what broke my computer. So I am so glad I got that reaction out of
you. Oh, man. I forgot about that, yeah. If you guys wondered, this will cook Zach's computer, man. We're
back.
That's an intro right there, man.
You'll hear that every week. The old intro is dead. I may use it as an outro after some of the episodes that we do, just because still some stuff. But that's the new intro. We're live from LA right now, and as Hassan was talking about earlier, Nintendo was live today. You are a Switch guy. What were your thoughts on this?
I am a Switch guy. We'll talk about the Switch. I bought the Switch a little late in the day. All the hype. The Wii was great. Then the Wii U came out. Awful. They cut it short, and here came the Switch to save Nintendo's day. They ported a whole bunch of Wii U games over to Switch, remarketed it, and it's actually a good console. It's not that powerful, but it was good. And you could play like Metroid Dread, obviously Legend of Zelda games, Mario Party, Mario Kart, all these good games. It's getting very close to the PS2 record. That's how popular it got. And now we're debuting the Switch 2 to capitalize on it. Better graphics, like you said right there, 120 frames per second, 4K. This is what you need. Nintendo has always been good with party games. You're playing with a friend, playing at a party, but they never really cared about the graphics. And I think that's all they were missing. The graphics were super cool. Now you can get all these third-party games. Like, I never wanted to play like a Call of Duty or any of these third-party games on Nintendo because it wasn't the best experience. The controllers, that my favorite, and the graphics aren't the best. It's not that powerful a console. Now you're adding that to it. You're going to get a lot more attention with third-party games to go with your exclusives. The only thing Nintendo is they're very stubborn with their prices. As you can see, it's going to be $90 for certain games, and that price will never go down. You see a lot of games go on sale. Nintendo games never go on sale. They're always full price. Yeah, they're always full price. So that's going to be disgusting to buy a system and say you want 2 games to go with it. You're looking at $180 plus tax. $200 for 2 games, bro. This is gonna be rough. I don't know if they can pull that off for too long, man. That can't become the norm. That's crazy.
That is a lot. You're better off getting the Mario Kart bundle right away because otherwise you don't have a game and you're gonna be paying $80 for a game. Donkey Kong doesn't come out until July, I do believe.
Yep.
And then it's gonna have, if you played a bunch of the games like the Zelda games, a couple of the Mario games and so forth on the Switch, you can get the upgraded version for the Switch 2, but you still have to pay for the upgraded version. So now when we did that on a PS5, was it, did you have to pay for the upgraded version or did it automatically cycle
Sometimes they do automatic. Sometimes like upgrade is like $10. They try to cheapen it out. It's never usually full price for an upgrade or like.
Okay.
$90,
man, for a physical copy of a game, which you technically they can still take away from you. It is a key for you to download it like a digital copy. That's what's insane to me.
I've always looked at like Nintendo, at least from my experience, because I'm a PlayStation guy. I always looked at Nintendo as like the secondary console. So I'm looking at a $500 price tag. That's like getting to like my main PS5 type console. Like, I don't know if I can. I'm gonna wait on this. I'm still gonna play my Switch.
Yeah, I mean, the Switch is going to have a life of its own for a long time. We still saw PlayStation 4 games coming out until like what, last year?
Yeah. Crazy.
GameCube games are going to make their debut though, so that's a big deal.
That's
a lot of accessories on this too, especially you got the microphone in there with the C button. You got a camera set up on there. You have a wireless GameCube controller coming out, and a few more accessories. All of them seemed reasonably priced for accessories.
Yeah, reasonable price considering, we're going to see, man. I hope it does well. I do think, this is a nice upgrade with the resolutions and all the stuff they're doing and the power they're putting into the system. And the launch lineup is kind of crazy. They have a nice launch lineup. A lot of games like Cyberpunk coming over. Yep. You got Borderlands 4 there.
Yeah. They got that exclusive they released today, which I saw. Mario Kart looks great, by the way.
Yeah,
an open world Mario Kart with like 62 people that you can play again.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. And like people have been waiting for like some of these older games. There's a few I can't remember, but a lot of their games people have been clamoring for. They're bringing. Like I haven't had a new Donkey Kong in so long.
This one looks good too. I'm pretty excited about this. I grew up with Donkey Kong Country coming out, and that was so huge playing on the 16-bit, and then Diddy Kong and all that stuff. So
some people even enjoy Diddy Kong more than Mario, and gets the shaft when it comes to promoting. But another one is like Diddy Kong Racing. A lot of people enjoy that more than Mario Kart. Diddy Kong Racing back in the day was crazy.
All right, 4K when it's in the holster.
Yeah.
256 gigs, and then pre-orders next week, and then you can get it June 5th. They are trying to avoid scalpers by making it so you have to have like a Switch account, or previously you've had a Switch account. We'll see how it goes. I would definitely wait on this one. I was going to get a Switch at one point until I started seeing the Switch 2 news kind of start to pop up. So we'll wait and see, because when the Game Boy, one of the DSs, went over $100 price cut after a year on the market. So we'll see what happens with this.
I do believe pre-orders will sell out. I think this is going to be like a hot thing, especially because there's no competition right now. There's no new consoles coming out. They're in a lane of their own. There's always excitement around a new console. So I think the pre-order is going to sell out. It's going to do crazy numbers. We'll see if the price cut comes in a year, though. I'm a little skeptical this time around, though.
Yeah. With getting bigger titles, like you said, adding on to the family value that this system has already established with the Switch, like you said, I think pre-orders are going to sell out. And judging from that, I guess we'll see. I think this is going to sell well enough where we do not see that price cut that we saw on the DS, but...
The Joy-Cons, to buy the little Switch controllers, that's gone up in price too. I don't even like those. The only reason I use those is if I'm playing handheld, or I'm playing with a friend, and my friend is using like the Pro controller. But you need a Pro controller. I can't play serious games without the Pro controller unless I'm playing handheld.
Okay.
But Pokemon looks good too. I'm a fan of Pokemon.
Pokemon looks good. They got a wheel coming out too for Mario Kart that you can use, just like the Wii days.
That's gonna be nice.
I use the wheel. I was a big wheel guy.
Yeah, so I mean, it's gonna be successful. It's very pricey, but it's gonna be successful, and I'm happy to see Nintendo on top of things. PlayStation needs competition. I want to see head-to-head stuff, and I don't know what Xbox is doing, but this is very positive. Nintendo fans are up right now. They're having fun right now.
Yeah. Random side note: Nintendo wasn't doing so well before the Wii came out. I was going to buy stock in it, and I didn't because it wasn't my bag. It wasn't like I wasn't familiar with stock, so I didn't do it. The amount that I was going to put in after the Wii came out would have made me so many thousands of dollars. I
painful to look back
kicked myself. It is so painful, like tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
I was so heartbroken by that.
It's crazy because you are right. Like, I look back onto the GameCube era very fondly, but it wasn't successful for Nintendo.
Mm-mm.
It wasn't at all. I mean, it got killed by the new Xbox, and then the PS2 was doing historical numbers. So it just was a bad spot. I like the GameCube. It just was a bad spot. A lot of competition.
Yeah, I bought GameCube games when I got my Wii. Played a lot of them. Double Dash is still my favorite Mario Kart.
Double Dash. I loved playing Time Splitters on there. There's a lot of games on there I really enjoyed. So then, Wii was historic, crazy stuff there. Then they fell into another rut with Wii U. And the Switch is booming. It's like every other one they go up and down. Yeah. So we'll see how Switch 2 does. I'm excited. Again, I'm a gamer. I like games. So bring them all.
I agree. All right, let us know if you're going to get the Switch 2 and what games you're looking forward to. It was a decent presentation. It did not take 5.5 hours. How you doing, Marvel?
Yeah.
This knock. I am so damn excited. Ice Cube and Warner Brothers have finally come to terms. Ice Cube is coming back. They're going to script out last Friday. That was the tentative title that Ice Cube has been pitching for a long time. Who knows if that's still what it's going to be. But I'm very excited. A few people have passed from the original cast that I'm sure would have been brought back. But if we can get a good, solid story that's better than something like Coming to America or some of these other movies that come back. Don't. Yeah. Coming to America is one of my all-time favorite movies. It's just don't touch it.
Same.
All right, I'm excited about because it's got a big studio backing. It's going to have a theatrical release, and it's just it's Ice Cube has such a soft spot for these characters because it was such a personal movie for him to make. So
this blew the door open for so many people, man. If you look back on whose like careers were launch padded because of this movie, my girlfriend actually just watched this movie on her own recently, like the last 2 weeks. She just late night just put this movie on, like see what happens. She loved it, and then we're watching. I'm telling her, we watched Boondocks, right? That's he was in there. She was in there. He was in there. So many people like Granddad, Regina King, and then Chris Tucker, who she's known from Rush Hour. She's like, "What? This is him?" I'm like, it's just so crazy to see so many people, not just from just Friday. Then you had next Friday, Friday after next,
Right after that.
Cat Williams. So many people, man, just blowing up off these movies. This is a classic. These movies are incredible.
Yeah, this one, top 3 of my movies of all time. I think this is. It's such an easy watch. And for anyone out there, if you get the Blu-ray, it's a little bit of a different cut. I still have my VHS copy of it, but it's a little bit different cut than what was out there. But I'm so excited for this, and I hope as many people get brought back as they can. And,
I'm saying, if you bring Chris, I need Chris Tucker back. Let him jump back into that role one more time. Let him be on screen with a Cat Williams. That's all I want to see.
That's what you need. Yes, you need like a little bit of the universe crossings in there.
A little bit.
And you don't even need Chris Tucker to be smoking anymore. You don't need him to be swearing. That was one of the reasons he didn't come back for the sequel, and why that's a little different of a kind of a movie. Yeah. But you can do that. Just let him be him. He's still funny. That's
the thing. Like his character could have developed so much from now. Like you could do you can have your creative liberties because so much time has passed.
Exactly.
And again, another thing he said too, like I'm glad you brought it up. He didn't want to revisit that role because it was so iconic. So if you change up a bit, I think he can play with it a little more and have something different and have that be its own thing while doing, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, even look at Bernie Mac in this one too. He just like quietly needed a little something for his cataract, like just have him do that. It be like a totally straight character, but then, give me a little something,
just go down the list. Just going on the list, man.
I can't. Anytime someone says the word worm, I'm still like, Big Burn?
Bro, come on. I'm a huge fan of like these comedies movies, and then when you get an all-star cast together, it really is something special. Like you go back to Harlem Nights, man. Like it's just so special to see like the comic stars come together and just do their own thing in a movie. And I don't think we see that too often nowadays. So that'd be really cool to really do something special with this one.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm excited for people that like if you want something that's Friday-esque, something a little similar. Me and my girl just watched a few months ago, which is on Netflix now. I'm blinking out the name, but it's such a good movie.
Make sure to watch it.
Keke Palmer and SZA. Really good movie. I highly recommend.
It's on Netflix now?
It's on Netflix now. I think it just came to Netflix maybe yesterday.
All right. Watching it then this weekend.
It's really funny. So I shout out to those two. The chemistry was on point. And it's Friday-esque in a sense.
Oh, it's just one of them days?
Yep, that one.
All right. Okay.
So looking forward to last Friday as well.
Good. I've said it before. This movie and Dazed and Confused are two of my favorite movies because they're so like the plots are so small. There's plots to both of them, but it's the characters. It's a slice of life. It's like a slice of a day.
That's literally how the other one, just one of them days, is like.
I'm so excited to watch that movie.
Yeah, so I highly recommend. Anything else we got on the docket here?
Yeah, really quick. These 4 shows have been renewed for 4 more seasons. If you're a fan of that, they're all coming back on Fox on Sundays. And then if called Cinemacon here, we'll just run through really quick. These are the movies for 2025 and 2026. You can find some updates online. The big Superman news was it was a very awkward panel. Very awkward. Not like just weird. Just weird. So the footage that was shown was Crypto carrying Superman. That you see in the preview. They just show that whole kind of clip. So that's about it from that. Otherwise, just a whole lot of posters, some Karate Kid stuff, the ballerina, and right now Universal's doing theirs. Steven Spielberg with his new Alien movie with Emily Blunt, Coleman Domingo, and I forgot who else, but it's supposed to be more of like a back to Close Encounters kind of form for him. They're doing the Odyssey preview with Christopher Nolan, and then I'm sure they're going to have some Fast X Part 2 knock, which I'm sure.
Let's go. I've been waiting for that. I thought it was going to come this year. I've been waiting for that, man.
Oh, man. They're just waiting for John Cena's big final year to end.
Oh, man. I was waiting on Emily Blunt. She's one of my favorite actors. She's really good. So I've been waiting for her.
Really good.
So that's a good movie for
her. Speaking of her and The Rock, the movie that's got pushed now to October instead of December.
Oh, okay.
Because the Michael Jackson biopic isn't going to be fully done, and now they're going to possibly make that into 2 parts. So that's all.
I would say that I feel like it's going to take a while for that one. You need to really get that one right.
Yeah, you got to really get that one right.
Yeah, but Emily and The Rock have great chemistry together. When they did Jungle Cruise, the movie itself is, it is what it is, but their chemistry and like how they did was really good.
Yeah. So that was the big news. Basic big news. The big news.
Yes,
Spider-Verse.
bruh.
Finally.
And again, you still haven't seen the second one, right?
Nope.
That's for the best at this point. Because as someone who's seen the second one, I feel like I have to rewatch it because it was so good. They ramped me up so well. Like it was such a good like the last 30 minutes of the movie was just like super intense. And then it just ends. They leave you hanging. And then you think, okay, cool. It's fine because next year the movie's coming out again. Like Infinity War to Endgame. It's like, okay, Infinity War is insane, man. Endgame's gonna be next year. I'm ready. Imagine Endgame getting delayed like 2 or 3 years. It just the steam is gone, man. The moment's passed a bit. Pause.
Well, supposedly the biggest finale they could possibly think of. All new animation was shown.
Yeah, new animation.
I'm excited because I saw the first one like 4 or 5 times in the theaters, and then how many times at home. You and Eric keep hyping up the second one. I can't watch it because I don't pay for Netflix, so I can't watch it.
It's so good. My opinions of it is dropped. If this came out the year after and you could watch it back to back, then the first one's gonna feel amazing. But to have it get cut off where it did and have to wait for this, it kind of dropped my score a bit.
Okay.
Like I would wait in your for you.
Okay. The other big news is Spider-Man news. Brand new day. All right. The logo, the logo, I was trying to think of where I've seen this logo from. And then I don't know why I kept thinking grocery stores. And then I remembered this is the Spider-Man logo that's on like coloring books.
Yeah.
So it's a weird logo to use. But brand new day, that is the Spider-Man storyline that takes place when the world's memory of Peter Parker unveiling himself to them in Civil War happens. So no one knows who he is in this brand new day storyline. Mary Jane doesn't know anyone. No one knows Peter Parker, right? The main villain in here is a female hobgoblin with red hair. Hi, Sadie Sink. Maybe it'll be her. Kind of a weird thing to do. But yeah, so we'll see. And also this is kind of where a few characters kind of present themselves. You have Mary Jane. You hit the jackpot tiger. She becomes Jackpot in this. You have, what is it? I haven't played the games. Was it Mr. Negative?
Yeah, he was in Miles Morales.
Okay, so he comes out in this. So we'll see if that happens. And then we're not going to get this, but Anti-Venom.
Wow. Okay.
So pretty big storyline. Kind of goes along with what happens in the movies, but that's what we get July 31st, 2026.
I'm excited. I'm always excited for Spider-Man movies. I enjoy the MCU Spider-Man movies. I'm kind of done with these basic title names, man. This is a superhero movie. Get me back to the epic names, man. Come on.
Yeah. But the guy who did Shang-Chi is doing this one, so the fight scenes are going to be great.
Shang-Chi was really good. Shang-Chi is very underrated because it came out at a bad time during the pandemic. If it would have came out during the time, that movie would have exploded.
Yep. All right. Speaking of superhero things that should have exploded, Daredevil Yawn Again. The new episode came out yesterday. What did you think of it?
I'm still on the Daredevil train, man. I'm still enjoying it, but like, this is one of those weeks where if it was 2 episodes that debuted, I would have been fine. But just one episode where we're getting the same stuff and they're just taking their time. Not a lot of action, not too much going on until like the last 10 or 15 minutes. It was a good episode. You know, I don't know if you knew this was going to happen, but you said one of them might kill each other and Vanessa tried to kill him. But part of me was like, did she try to kill him or should she try to set the guy up that she sent to kill him? That was a little
that's a good point too. I'll let you dictate this because you got the slides in here. So just you do this one. You just let me know when you want my my Debbie Downers.
Yeah, Wilson was ready for it. That was a cool scene. I love that his guy was hiding in the shadows. It was just
that was well done.
That's a cool villain scene. Muse, yeah. I forgot that character. Talked to I forget her name now. Talked to the therapist, Matt's girlfriend, in the first episode. And then it came back to reveal himself and try to kill her and all this type of craziness. I liked the intensity Matt brought to that fight. And he threw his freaking stuff through Muse, ripped him to shreds a little bit, and was just punching him. I was waiting for him to reveal himself. I wanted him to reveal himself.
Oh, not her. She's not the one.
Bro, he was into it. He just told her he loves her, like all this type of stuff. Everybody else knows. Let her know too, man. You
She's
just
not
saved
the
her life.
one.
And
She's
I was waiting
not
for him
the
to tell the
one.
other the niece too. She's like, "Oh, Daredevil saved me." Let her know, man. It was you. Take your credit.
She almost delivered that same speech again. Now she almost delivered the same damn speech for
You're
a
right.
third episode.
You're right. You're definitely right. But yeah, I mean, if I was gonna give it a score real quick, it's gonna go back down to a 3 out of 5, maybe 2.5 out of 5, just because this is what, episode 7. We got 2 more episodes left, and it has not ramped up. This has been a slow season. This has been very, very slow.
It has been. I'll give this. Do you have any more slides on here for it? Oh, we talk about that next. Okay, I'll give this a 2.7. I'm not a fan of the guy who plays Muse. He was in Wednesday, and I forgot the name of the show. It was with Bryan Cranston on Showtime. Your Honor, I think. I cannot stand the kid, so that brought Muse down.
Wait, that's the dude from Your Honor?
Yeah, that's the kid who did it.
I watched the first 2 episodes. That was a good show.
It wasn't bad. That was slow too. But yeah, let us know what you thought of Daredevil Born Again. Yeah, I 2 more episodes. I could do without it.
I apologize, everybody. I'm dying over here. I don't know where to start it, but I'm struggling over here, guys.
That's all right. We'll finish up here, Knock. You got Blade in here.
I put it in here because I keep hearing rumors that's getting canceled. You see what hold on. You see what he has in his hands? What does he have in his hands? Why are we just wasting this dude's prime, wasting his career? We casted the perfect guy to play Blade, and we can't get a script together? We can't find a director? What are we doing? Freaking Wesley Snipes made Blade in the 90s in a cave. And we can't get Mahershala Ali with an Oscar? The proper script? What do you mean it's canceled? Canceled? Are you kidding me?
One, you can see him in.
Take the floor.
You can see him in the new Jurassic Park movie. He's part of the Cinemacon presentation. He'll be in that this summer. I heard that possibly the guy who's been doing the John Wick movies was going to do Blade. They had a director set. Guess what got revealed at Cinemacon, Knock? They threw a whole bunch of money at him. Now he's doing John Wick 5 instead.
Oh my gosh. I thought Disney had the money. You couldn't match the offer. You couldn't double it. Get this movie out. The MCU has been struggling. I've been waiting very patiently, Zach. I've been waiting very patiently. What are we doing?
Again, this is a very simple movie to make. We saw a great bluept in Blade 1 with Wesley Snipes. I still watch that movie.
You know Fuck it. I'll write it myself. I'm going to start writing it, bro. I'm going to write it myself. I'm going to do
it. Please do.
Please. Disney, I put my name out there, man.
Unbelievable. God damn. Come on, man. Disney, get your Chinese democracy set. All right, last thing. Knock, you dictated my whole weekend. We'll start with this. You ruined my morning. You ruined my morning.
If you guys haven't seen it, Zach played The Last of Us Part 2. There's a certain part in the beginning, if you don't want to be spoiled, that I really wanted him to see before the show. And I told him, if you're going to stream any part of the game, this is the part to stream. I didn't want to spoil nothing for him. His reaction is now over 400 views on our channel. One of the highest viewed videos on the last few months. Zach, I would have formally apologized for ruining the morning. I couldn't warn you.
2 things. One, Knock, I had a nightmare because of this.
Oh my goodness.
And like I woke up like twice. You not only ruined my morning, but you ruined my night's sleep.
Oh,
and Saturday was my good night's sleep. But Knock, you did do something. You did. Yeah, right. I'm out. But the other thing you did, you made me have a great Saturday because you recommended Paradise. I'm now 3 episodes in, and I love the show.
Oh man, I can't wait till we should have reviewed that.
We should have reviewed that. Why don't we review Daredevil? And oh, damn it!
My sister recommended me watching Paradise, and I've been telling everybody that I could. It's so good. I love Sterling K. Brown to begin with, and now he just has a great role.
And you're right; he's way too ripped, man. I feel like a fat ass watching that.
Oh man, he's a good lead man. I don't think I've really seen him play a lead man in a while, but he kills it.
Yeah. Also, I just watched episode 3 where they did a shower scene like they just did in this Daredevil. And this Daredevil.
Yeah. There's a lot we got to talk about. Honestly, if you guys want to hear it, Zach, whenever you get to episode 4, we can talk about the first few episodes. Like, it's still fresh in my mind.
Okay.
We can kick Daredevil to the curb for a little bit. I don't mind that.
Doesn't he kick Daredevil to the curb? A little bit on Daredevil. The last 2 episodes are the new team that did it, so it's going to feel and look different.
Okay. And then before you guys know it, we are going to be doing The Last of Us season 2 reviews. That's going to be coming up in the next few weeks, so keep an eye out for a channel for that.
Billboard's already up around town, and they just had the premiere last week, so I'm ready to go.
And Zach has a new outlook on that show coming up.
Holy crap. Yeah, that's going to be tough to watch.
It is not all doom and gloom, I will say, but just the way they tell a story is just so good. The story, it's not really, the story is about revenge. And the way they break it down to a character's perspective is just so well done, man. I truly enjoyed the game. I mean, there's some parts it's not that enjoyable, but it's a fun game. It's a lot. It's a roller coaster.
Well, all right. I'm loving it. So keep commenting. I holy shit. Nightmares night. Yeah. Fucking crazy. All right. Anything else?
I think that's all we got this week, man. Again, it's a loaded week of stuff. We do have AEW Dynasty this weekend. We might have predictions for you guys.
You can catch me tomorrow. I'm going to try, since I have a really busy Friday, you can catch me tomorrow Pacific time between the hours of 1 and 3. I just have to figure out when I can do it, but I'll do a live predictions for Dynasty. I'll probably set it up either tonight or early tomorrow. So check back on the channel when that video is going to go live and be a part of it, and let me know your thoughts on all 4 matches, TK. 5 matches?
I imagine they announced more tonight, hopefully.
I hope so. And hey, WrestleMania, 4 matches a night? What the hell is going on? We're going to talk about that next week or the week after. This is the, I don't want to say the worst build in WrestleMania history, but it is not a good build.
I keep seeing that, but also there's a lot of cool parts going on, right? Right?
There's cool parts, but then again, you look at Gunther in main event, Jey Uso had a great Monday Night Raw. Then they had 3 weeks before that of the same old shit. So it's man, we need to balance this better and get more matches on the card so we can get more things going on. 2 weeks.
I agree.
All right, we'll talk about that next week. And then tune in tomorrow sometime in the afternoon, get your Dynasty predictions in live with me, and we'll have some fun. And we'll have more WrestleMania stuff in the next couple weeks as well.
Yeah, it's an exciting time right now, man. I'm very happy to be back on the channel talking to everybody each Wednesday. So all the poppers, floppers, and rampagers, man, really appreciate you jumping in. And then we got another Mike B. Jordan when we come out this month too, which I do plan on seeing. So there's a lot to talk about.
Sinners, part of Fortnite.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I think that's it for this week from the West Coast POPCast. Guys, the main man, Zach, and the final boss, Knock. Really appreciate everybody. Check out Zach's new intro, man. He killed it. It's very professional. Most professional thing I think we've done on the channel so far. But everybody out there, man, appreciate you guys. We will see you tomorrow.
All right. See you tomorrow for Dynasty.
Peace.
I'm Buffy.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother.
Hey, guys! On me!
Get away from her, you.
You're gonna see some serious.
Assemble.